Hello! So this is the first time using my new camera, and as you can see I have a whole bunch of art supplies on this bed. I am out of town right now. I'm actually in Houston visiting a friend that you all may know. So before checking into my hotel, I decided to stop by an art supply store here in Houston, and I picked up a few new paintbrushes. So recently I had been introduced to these Da Vinci Casaneos and I really like them. So I got one for my friend, and then I got two of these beautiful quill brushes by the Da Vinci Casaneo line. One for me and one for her. And I picked up some of the Albert Dürer markers from Faber-Castell. I've never tried these before. I have the other Faber-Castell markers. I forget what their line is called, but they're like India ink, whereas these are water soluble. So I'm excited to try these out. I also picked up some new Holbein colors. I already have quite a few at home, but I had a feeling I might not have these. There's a few more here. And then these like maroon colored pencils are actually Derwent pastel pencils, and I really like the colors that I had picked up from this art supply store. It's called the Texas Art Supply. I really like the ones I picked up last time. They were beautiful and they worked really well, so I picked up 3 more colors. I also grabbed some of these Raphael travel brushes. I picked 2 packs, one for me and one for Reb, so we'll see which one she wants. I got another tiny little Talons sketchbook and this cute little paper blanks notebook. I had a journal that was this exact design by Paper Blanks that I just finished, and when I saw the tiny version of it, I just had to have it. So I think besides this stuff on the bed, I might have maybe 2 more items. Let's go over here. So I picked up these really cute little mushroom themed clips for my friend Reb, and a set of the Ecoline brush pens that I love so much for her. So that's pretty much all that I grabbed from this Texas Art Supply haul today. Granted, I only had 15 minutes when I got there before they were about to close, so I tried to grab as much as I could in a hurry. Oh, I also got some cute little notebooks for my daughter. Some little cat notebooks. So cute. For now, I'm gonna go get ready for dinner, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hello. So I am back. I just had dinner with my friend, and I wanted to swatch out some of the things that I got at the Texas Art Supply store, plus show you just a few things that I've picked up recently that I may not have talked about in a recent video. So I'll start with some pens that I recently picked up. Let's go with, I have this one. I don't know if I've talked about these pencils, but I'll talk about that too. And this one. Okay, so recently I got a whole bunch of ink from Ferris Wheel Press Inks. I actually brought a few little bottles with me on this little road trip. This one is the Superman Heroic Blue. So it's got like a shimmer or a sheen to it, and it's blue. I have a Current Crumble Pie, and you can definitely see the shimmer. Sorry about the footage in case it's like hard to see or anything like that, just because I'm obviously not home. I'm in a hotel. This one is really pretty. It's got like that gold shimmer. This one is Age of Aurum. And then this last one also has a shimmer. I think this is the Catnip. No, Lures of the Lock. So Really pretty. Those are what I brought with me. I have a whole video that I have filmed swatching out all of the inks that I got from the Ferris wheel press. So I will have to upload that so you can see the whole review of all that stuff. But for now, that's what I have. I also picked up these cute little travel brushes. They aren't like the standard travel brushes. Hold on, let me zoom you out. And that's zooming in. Okay. So these are the Da Vinci Casaneo, and this is a square, and this is a round, and they're really, really soft and very versatile. They have a very good water retention rate, and I really, really like these. So I'll show you how these play with my paints. Plus today I picked up a Da Vinci Casaneo quill, and this is the size number 4. I like this one a lot because of this very fine tip at the end. I have some Blackwing pencils that I picked up recently. I really like this one. This one is from the Philadelphia Museum of Art. It has a gold embossed arrow on it, plus it has the Philadelphia Museum of Art on there. This is the Jerry Garcia edition, the Blackwing 710. It's a limited edition. And this is the Blackwing matte, but it's in a green color. And I love it, because green is my favorite color. I don't know if I've talked about this in the past. I probably should have, but I picked up a whole box of these Mitsubishi half red, half blue pencils. This is a vermilion and a Prussian blue. I love these pencils. They're awesome. And this is the perfect size now that it's been sharpened down quite a bit. I used it recently when I went to the Dallas Arboretum just to kind of do some warm-up sketches. So you can kind of see some warm-up sketches in that blue and the red, which kind of looks a little orangey, but really like how that came out. Okay. And as far as these little fountain pens, so I picked up this really heavy metal one, like a rainbow metal one, and I filled it with one of the Ferris wheel inks as well as like this one. These have been awesome. I just picked up these on Amazon and they were fairly inexpensive and they loaded the ink really well. So I'll show you how they swatch out, and we'll swatch out the rest of the stuff, the markers and the pencils, plus my bonus pencils, these beautiful Blackwing colors, which I found at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. So let's get into some swatching. And oh, one last pen. I have to talk about it. So if any of you are familiar with the Tom's Studio pens, I'm trying to get the angle right. Okay, so this is the Tom's Studio pen. It's the mini one, the travel one. And normally they come with this cap, and I picked up the this cap with like the little ring for a keychain. This was an additional cost. It's kind of an accessory so that you can clip it onto keys or a bag and then just kind of screw off the pen and use it and then screw it back onto your keychain. What I love about these Tom's Studio pens, okay, so this is the Lumos Mini. So I'm trying to get the angle, sorry. There we go. So what I love about these is that this tip will screw off entirely. So you can continue to screw this part off. So the little cap comes off right there. So you can kind of see I have a little tip on there, and I have this set of tips that it came with. This is a full tip set. So it has all of the sizes that you would need, ranging from very small to the thick felt tips. So I really like the brush tip quite a bit. I'm probably going to go put that one back on, but perhaps I'll do just a thicker tip for now. Let me go with maybe a 0.8. We'll go with that. Oops, there it goes. So whenever you're changing out the tip, it has a little silicone piece that comes with the set so that you can remove the tip and not get your fingers dirty. And pull that out. So you can see it's very long. It comes out and you can just put it back into the tip set. And we'll put this one in there. So that'll just stick right in. There you go. And this is super cool because this is the cartridge for the ink. And the way that this works is it actually pulls the ink up all by itself. So I would stick this back on. To make sure it like goes in. There we go. And with this type of cartridge, it's going to start absorbing into the tip and pulling the ink all the way up on its own. I don't have to do anything. Now to refill this, all I would have to do is stick it in a pot of ink, which I think I have the vial that it came with. Yes. So every order from Tom Studio comes with a little tiny vial of ink. And I'll show you how we fill it. Now this is water soluble ink. Normally I really like permanent ink in my pens, but we're gonna go with this for demonstration purposes. So what it's doing as I'm sitting it in there is it's just literally pulling the ink up, and we might be able to see it start to pull up into the tip. The more saturated that whatever it is, that cotton or I'm not sure what type of fiber it is. So it's pulled it all the way up. So it means that this is pretty full. And what I'll do is I'll just wipe it a little bit. It's not messy. There's hardly any ink that it got off there. Go. Make sure it's nice and snug. And I will close up the bottle. And you can use any ink that you want with it. I could use even these ones with it because they're for a fountain pen. I wouldn't use acrylic inks because they will dry in there and you will not be able to absorb any ink, unfortunately. So we're just going to screw this little piece back on there. And as you can see, I haven't done anything and the ink is already at the tip, waiting, ready to be used. So I'll close this little tip set and we'll stick it back in the barrel and just screw it on. Perfect. So now we can swatch it out. So I love that it's already ready to write, and with all the different tips, you have so many options. I also think that this metal barrel is very beautiful. It's very sleek, and I definitely want to order the full-size Lumos pen because this mini one is just gorgeous. I like that you can order different accessories for the pen, and I like that it's just infinitely refillable and it's heavy. So beautiful, beautiful product. Love Tom Studio, and I know it's from the UK, so there's, you know, tariff like fear, but I would say that the cost is definitely worth it. Okay, so now we're gonna test out this one that I mentioned, this beautiful like rainbow. Okay, and I have it filled with the Ferris wheel press ink. I'm not sure what the color name is. I think it's like Magnificent something Mile, or I don't, Magnificent Mile. Isn't that in Chicago? It's Magnificent something. It's a really pretty purple. It has a shimmer, but you can't see it very well in this lighting because I don't have my studio lights. We have hotel light. It's pretty much all I have to work with. And then this is another one with the beautiful ink from the Ferris wheel press. This one is a beautiful dark blue ink that has a sheen, shimmer, shift, whatever. Rob and I were trying to figure out what to call it, but it's so pretty. And I know she has an ink that's similar to it, and I love it. It's gorgeous. So definitely want to grab some ink from her. So now I'm going to use my little round brush, my little tiny travel round, just so I can show you what this ink looks like when you add water to it. Really pretty. Add some water to the purple. It has a really nice soft color. And then of course the Lumos ink. So yeah, this brush is lovely to use. I really love that. All right, let's get into swatching the Albert Dürer water-soluble pens. So the colors that I have are cobalt green, right here, phthalo blue, just this one, leaf green, what's this, cadmium yellow, and finally pale geranium lake. So those are the colors I got. They look like very basic colors, but they were pretty, and I figured they would suit whatever I needed them for. So they're dual tipped. So on one tip they have this nice like brush tip, which will watch out there, really nice. And then on the other end we have a round tip. Now they're supposed to be water soluble, so I will add water as soon as I finish swatching all of them. Okay, I had to stop. I was gonna speed through all the swatches, but then I opened this one and it had like mold on it. I know you can't see it very well, but this is very strange. I'm gonna take a picture with my camera and I'll put the picture in here. Okay, so I'm guessing this art supply store doesn't sell these very often. It's wiping right off. So it's not that the color hasn't come to the tip, it's that there's this stuff on it. Very strange. It looked like mold. Has anyone ever seen mold on a marker before? It's new to me, so that's why I'm shocked. Really, really weird. Okay. I was half expecting to see mold on the other side, but nope. I'm pretty sure it's mold. Pretty sure. Okay. Next we have cobalt green. Please don't be moldy. Okay, it's not. So these kind of remind me of the Ecoline markers with, I guess, at least the brush side, the brush tip side. They're just not as juicy, I would say. It's the only way I can describe it. I'm sorry. Oh, that one is juicy. So I lied. Yeah, that one's pretty juicy. Okay, so let's add some water. Oh, some water has already been added to the top one. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it's okay. It's kind of giving me like washable Crayola marker vibes. I don't know that it's worth the price for that. For like the Albert Durr price range, like if you want washable markers, maybe just go with, I don't know, maybe any other washable marker brand. I don't really know that I like these. So I really like the Ecolines, how they blend out. They feel like they blend out a little bit nicer than these. And the Tombos, I think, are a little bit nicer than these too. These ones just look really cheap. They look like the Crayola markers. I don't know. These were kind of like higher end, or they were supposed to be, because they're the Faber-Castell Albert Durr watercolor brand. So I don't know. As far as these go, I probably will not be buying more. I'll just stick with my Ecolines or my Tombos because I already own a whole bunch of those. But let's swatch out these pencils. I think they're virtually almost all the same except for this one. Well, hold on, let's go look. Actually, this one doesn't say what type of lead it has. So I think it's probably just the normal lead. This one is, I think it's gonna be a softer lead. Normally Blackwing will say on the barrel, but if it doesn't, it says it on the box, and I don't have the box with me. And then this is the matte, so it's darker and softer. So, love Blackwing. They make beautiful pencils, very high quality, but the matte is definitely always going to be my favorite because of how dark it comes out. All right, next up we will swatch out the 3 pastel pencils that I got from Derwent. We have a cadmium red, and if they sound very scratchy, it's because they are, because they're pastel pencils. They're supposed to be like that because, you know, it's like chalk. But I really like the quality of the Derwent pastels. Oh, well, that one broke. Sad. Let's see if I can still swatch it out. To be honest, when I went to buy this green one, which is emerald green, all of them had broken tips. This one I just sharpened when I got here, but obviously it's very easy to break. And this one is mid green. Oh, okay. Very nice. I like them. Next we have the beautiful Holbein colors that I picked up. If I can get them out of the rubber band. So I have small blue. Can you see that? Yeah, that's smalt. Smalt blue. Duh, Olinda. Duh. Okay. Smalt blue. And this one is malachite green. Ooh, I like that one. This is cactus green. Kind of looks like an olive green. Oh, that's pretty. Then we have, what is this? Burgundy. Signal red, so like a traffic signal. Prussian blue. Again, I think I don't have these colors, but I may already. When I get home, I'll find out. And royal blue. I don't think I have royal blue. I may have signal red already. Okay. And the last pencils to test out are the Blackwing colors. Sorry, there's water on there from the paintbrushes. Or I guess the single paintbrush that I keep dipping. So we're gonna start with red. It doesn't have color names, so red, just red. Some orange. Yellow. Light green. A very pretty green. Clearly I'm drawn to these types of greens. That's why it is my favorite color. It's really pretty light blue. Purple. I'm gonna add the pink over on the side. Pink. This one's kind of funny because it has a silver. Silver. I like it. Brown. And lastly, a black. I like that black. And they're just called Blackwing colors. I have some gouache tonight. I do have a rag next to me. Plus I have a cup of water too. So I'm gonna go in with my watercolor brush. I kind of want to use this with just watercolor, but we'll try it with watercolor first and then we'll try it with gouache. So I do have a watercolor palette here. Spreads that down too. Not that I really have to, but I just like to. Move that over. So, what color do I want to do? Let's go with this blue. It's such a big brush. It is a size 4 and it is so big. It feels like it needs like a full pan rather than a little half pan. I don't think I got enough water. Okay, now I have a lot of water. Definitely a lot of water now. Let me dab it off. I'm gonna get a different color. So what I really like about this brush is that it can make some pretty fine strokes if you can control your brush and your water. It's very nice. It's a pretty brush. Okay. Clean that off. We'll go in with some gouache. I'm gonna pick a, I think I'm gonna pick a yellow-ish color. I guess this is more of like a Naples yellow. And it's really, really nice. Yeah, I like this brush. It's very nice. Good addition to the collection. I'm not sure what these brushes are made out of. The Casaneos line, that would be something to definitely look up if you're interested in these brushes. I know that they weren't cheap, but they are very, very pretty. So now we'll go in with the smaller ones. So I'm gonna dip the smaller one into some watercolor. I keep hitting the camera, sorry. I'm not used to filming at a hotel. I really like these as travel brushes. The texture of the brush is much, much better than some of the brushes that I've picked up online. So now we're gonna go with the flat. Oh, you know what? I didn't dip the round into gouache. We'll see how the gouache is handled. I don't even know what color I'm dipping into. I guess it's one that's really low. Okay. That's really nice. Yep. So the verdict on these brushes, really nice. We'll do the square, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be just as nice. And I'm gonna go with a different yellow. This is kind of like a goldish yellow. And it's a watercolor. Definitely running out of room and definitely blending with that blue. So let's get some gouache. Do purple. Yeah, I think honestly for travel, you just really need the round and the flat, because I think you can do a multitude of different lines with just those two brushes. As you can see, you can kind of get it to a fine tip with the round. So then we have these really small, skinny little brushes by Raphael. There's not a lot of whatever they use to keep the bristles together on there, so just a quick dip and they're ready to be used. So I'm just going in with gouache. Oh, that's nice. I like that. It's holding a lot of the paint, a lot more than I had expected. Cool. Okay, and this one is the number 1 Precision 85046. This one is it's a really tiny flat. It's the number 085346. Oh, that gouache was very wet and very ready to be used. I feel like with smaller brushes you can definitely overload with paint, but the precise lines that this one's giving is fabulous. And it's such a small form factor that it's like you can carry this in your pocket if you really, really want to. Like, there's no reason to not carry these tiny little guys. They're so thin and so small. I think they're smaller than the size of my hand. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, that is a small form factor. So this one is the number 085046. Cool. I love it. Yep, I'm really happy with these brushes. And they were on sale at the Texas Art Supply store. So I think it was like clearance maybe? Yeah, great. So that is finally it for this Texas Art Supply haul. Thank you for bearing with me through this hotel lighting and filming, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing all the new things that I got to play with. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and let me know if there's any kind of art supply that you want me to seek out and test out for you. I will do my best to go find it and film it. So that's it for now. I have to get some sleep because tomorrow is going to be a big day of seeing my friend's artwork live and pressed by a steamroller. And it's going to be so much fun. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, of your weekend, of your week, whatever. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.